Alright, this is College Staff doing some math. So we did one-step equations, two-step equations, and we did some other stuff with equations. Now we're going to solve equations with variables on both sides. So the original goal is the same. Try to get a by itself or x by itself. We're trying to get the variable by itself. Now there's more variables. So in order to do that, we need to move them to one side. So we're going to get all the variables on one side. So I'm going to rewrite this over here. 15, let me change colors. Some people don't like red. So here we go, 15 plus 4a equals 9a minus 5. So we need to get the variables onto one side. So I'm going to choose one left or right. And how do I move this 4a over the other side? So I'm choosing right. So how do I move this 4a to the right? So I'm a positive 4a here. So I'm going to use the opposite or the inverse operation, minus 4a. What I do to one side, I must do to the other. Okay. So now I have 15 equals 9a minus 4a is 5a, and then we have the minus 5 from before. Now we need to get the variable term alone. So goodbye 5 by adding 5 to this side. 20 equals 5a, divide by 5, divide by 5. A equals 4. Okay, now if we want to check our answer, we're going to plug it back into the original equation here. So 15 plus 4, a is 4, equals 9 times 4 minus 5. So 15 plus 16 equals 36 minus 5. Does 31 equal 31? Yes, it does. Okay. So I'm going to erase this for a bit. Or actually, I'm just going to erase it because I want to take a look at this here. So we have a distributive property going on the right side. So the first thing we need to do here is simplify both sides. So I'm going to rewrite it. 4t minus 12 equals 6 times the quantity t plus 3. Okay, so from our first section, we use the distributive property, make a rainbow. Okay, on the left side, there's nothing we can do right now. So 6 times t is 6t. 6 times 3 is 18. Okay. Now, we're going to move it to one side. I'm going to choose right again. You can choose left, you'll get the same answer. Here, actually, I'll move it to the left this time. So I'm going to move my variables all to the left. So minus 6t, minus 6t. So 4 minus 6 is negative 2t. And then we have the minus 12 equals 18. Okay. Now I'm going to get the variable alone by adding 12 to both sides. I'll get negative 2t equals 30. Now I'm going to get the variable alone. So I'm multiplying by a -2. So I'm going to divide by -2. So t equals -15. Checking our answer by plugging it back into the equation. So 4 times t, which we think is -15, minus 12 equals 6. -15 plus 3. So I'll get -60 minus 12 equals 6 times -12. -72 on the left and -72 on the right. So we're good. All right. So this time I'm going to move the variable to the right side. So once again, it doesn't matter which way, left or right. I just like having my variable be positive. So when I subtract 3b over to this side, I know it's still positive. The 8 minus 3 will be positive. So 7 equals 5b plus 2. Okay, now I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides and get 5 equals 5b. 5 is being multiplied by b, so I'm going to divide both sides by 5 and get b equals 1. So notice how I was writing vertically. I want you to write vertically like that. And if you run out of space, make sure to box your answer. If it helps you, create a barrier like I just did right here. So I know that the b was originally on the right side, but you can switch it at the end if you want. You can say 1 equals b. That does not matter. Okay. Once again, this is AB. All right, part B. Okay. So I'm going to simplify both sides first. So on the left, it's going to stay the same for now. 6d minus 6 equals 3/4 of 4 and 3/4 of 8. Okay, so let's look at 3/4 times 4. So remember, whole numbers, you can put them over 1. And now I'm going to multiply like normal, straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I have 3d, and then 3/4 times 8 is 24 over 4, which is 6. So plus 6. Okay. I'm going to subtract 3d from both sides and get 3d minus 6 equals 6. I'm going to add 6, 3d equals 12. Our final step, going to divide by 3 and get d equals 4. All right. Solve the equation if possible. So 4x plus 5, we'll leave that on the right, equals 4 times x, which is 4x, plus 4 times 5, which is 20. I need to move the x's over to one side, so I'll have minus 4x, minus 4x. And what happens is 4 apples minus 4 apples is 0 plus 5 equals 0 plus 20. So this is not possible to solve, because 5 does not equal 20. It's not true. So there is no solution. You can plug in any x value and it will not work. So here, let's erase that a little bit here. And so I have 6x minus 3 equals 3 times 2x, which is 6x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Okay. So I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides, and once again we're going to get that 0 thing. So 0 minus 3 equals 0 minus 3. This is a true statement. That means x can be anything. X is all real numbers. I can plug in 1 in the equation, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 5, negative 7 point, whatever, put in pi. It'll work. So the difference between A and B is this statement here. So this is a true statement, and this is not true. 5 does not equal 20. And negative 3 does indeed equal negative 3. So that's how you tell the difference between a no solution problem. So all your variables go away, and you're left with an untrue statement. And then if x is all real numbers, the variables will go away, and you're left with a true statement. All right, here we go. So 1/2 of 4 is 2. 1/2 of negative 6 is negative 3. And then we have 2t over here. Subtract 2t to both sides. And I'll get minus 3 equals 0. This is not true. So no solution. Part B, 10m minus 4 equals negative 2 times 2, which is negative 4, and then negative 2 times negative 5. So I have negative 2 times negative 5m here. Negative times a negative is a positive. 2 times 5 is 10, and then m gets tacked on. So I'm going to subtract 10m from both sides. And I'll get negative 4 equals negative 4. So this is true. So x is, m is all real numbers. And that's all for section 2.5. So this chapter here is pretty big. It's like you need to know this chapter, otherwise you're going to struggle in all the other chapters and in algebra 2 whenever you take that, whenever you're even in geometry. So make sure you get this chapter down. This would be chapter 3 in that kayak book. All right, here we go. That's it. Have a good day.